Shut the door!
Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited to tell you about this podcast. It's called the DK Project, but it's really the Darren Show. So thanks for tuning in. You're going to want to sit back, buckle up, and enjoy the ride.
Let's go! Hello, how are we doing today? Another episode of the DK Project E37. Just kidding. Right here in the old sweet spot of the studio. I think that's what I'm going to call the studio from now on.
I like that. How did we even get into the talking like that? How did you come up with being British?
I was just watching some soccer on the telly.
Kickball.
And, had myself a spot of tea.
Some kickball.
Actually, you know what? I did just get my itinerary for Ireland.
Yeah?
I have a work thing there for like a week.
Yeah.
And I really think it's just so we can eat. It looks like meal, a little bit of work, meal, a little bit of work, tea, a little bit of work, meal.
That's
I'm going to
awesome.
gain 150 pounds.
You're going to come back big. And
portly.
would you look into something for me while you're there?
I should go with an Irish accent, not a British accent.
I couldn't even do one of those.
I got to work on it.
Yep. Could you do something for me while you were there?
What's that?
Could you please figure out what they call the soccer field a pitch? It's my biggest.
I completely
drives
know.
me
I know
nuts.
the answer.
Pitch.
I know the answer.
It's a field.
Are you done?
Yep.
Pitch is because it's pitched to the edges. It's not flat.
That's why they call it a pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, they're real basic over there. They don't get too crazy.
That's super basic.
That's all it is. I love saying that. How badass does that sound? The pitch.
I hate it.
Speaking of the pitch, I had some things move around, and one of my clients has sweet tickets to the Loons. Is that the name of our team?
I believe it is. Minnesota United Loons
And,
or something.
So I called him. I'm like, hey, my schedule moved around. If you still have a spot, I'll take it because it's a suite and everything, you know. And they call me back and they're like, yeah, we can get you in as long as you're cool with. We're doing we're going on the field before the game.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then after the game, we're going down on the field again to meet and greet with the players. I'm like, well, Jesus, you got to get my 13-year-old in there. You can't leave me hanging. My kid's going to be so mad at me.
You get to meet real kickball
Professional
players.
kickball players.
Holy
Yeah, I might get him on the cast.
Try it.
I didn't even speak
Oh,
English.
they'll kick the ball right in my face if I call it
Probably.
kickball.
See, that's karma, dude.
I don't
Full
get it.
circle.
I don't
It
get
all
it.
comes around. So yeah, I got that to look forward to. Everything is coming around to the scheduling, man. Getting this kid to school is not easy to do.
How are you going to get that worked out?
I've worked it out.
How?
And it's going to end up where the boss is going to have to take him.
Drive him out there.
Hell no.
We're flying.
We're flying.
How much shit does he have to bring?
I don't know. A satchel.
Great.
He's going to do the stick with the handkerchief and the little, couple of necessary items.
Charlie Brown and
Hear that
Snoopy.
Huckleberry Finn music behind him. Burp, 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 burp. You know what? We're going to ship everything to my favorite hotel in Scottsdale. So you hold on to this till I get there. Boom.
And what hotel would that be?
Oh, man. I got a nice little Embassy Suites I stayed in Scottsdale.
There's a better one.
Well, I normally stay at the Biltmore, but I'm not going. So this is where I put the people.
All right.
So the bride and the 13-year-old are taking the kid to college and making the delivery. So whatever, it'll be fine. But he doesn't check in till like August 19th, 20th, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't officially have housing yet. So
That's a dagger. So these little dorm rooms and crap.
yeah.
Chris, my wife, for those of you that don't know, in Radio Land, has had stuff dropped at the house every day for the last 2 weeks from Amazon. And I'm wondering how...
Or she's building a dorm?
I don't know what she's doing. How's she going to fit all the shit into a dorm room?
I'm going to let you in on some insider trading right here.
I could use some.
We signed up for this big state school.
Yeah.
And we never got any calls. Nobody ever talked to us. It was totally like big state school. And now we've gone to this small private school. We changed like 2 weeks ago. And they're calling us every day. They got everything up and up. They paid me to come look at the campus. And then I go to check out the dorm. All he needs is sheets and blankets and a pillow. The bed's there, the dresser's there, the desk's there, walk-in closet. Telling you.
No, they need TVs. They need lamps. They need fans. They need...
They don't need nothing.
Wall covering.
You know what's cool about this college?
What?
Check this out. We don't sell the books to the students. They're all online. I don't have to pay for books. I love this place.
That is amazing.
It's totally amazing.
That is amazing.
Plus, there's these big cats that they're feral cats that cruise the property, which is a little weird. But I mean, like you're not going to go out and get drunk and go after the cats at night?
Can you make friends with them?
I don't know. Those are kind of
Or are they
mangy looking
mean
bastards.
cats?
The chick to dude ratio is like 6-4. So
That's good.
he'll be out chasing cats.
Yes.
You know what
This
they
is where
say, though?
I can't use my words.
You know what they say, though, is that if he does have a gal friend in the room, they got to leave the door open. And they got to be out by 9. This was a big hang up for him.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? It's fine.
Because he's a player.
Well, you know, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Yeah. I do have a 28-year-old. Do that math. I see the abacus working in your head. That's big time.
It is.
So I'm excited. So what, are you going to have to get a U-Haul to move the kid down to Minneapolis there?
Possibly a
Did he get
semi
his dorm?
situation.
What does he have?
Yeah, I don't know. A dorm with a roommate.
One roommate?
Yeah.
They called me yesterday, and she goes, hey, you know, since we're so late in the game, we may have to put him in an apartment.
Oh.
I said, what do you mean? Well, they have apartments on campus.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I said, so what does that mean? She goes, well, it's basically the same thing. It's the price works out the same because the apartment's more, but you don't have to buy the bigger food plan because they have a kitchen. He goes, she goes, the apartments are basically the same except there's 4 people in there and they all have their own bedroom. So
as long as they all get along, it's good.
I'm like, well,
and you don't have the babe leave the door open thing.
hey now.
So
I don't know.
That's looking.
She said the only difference would be you'd have to buy a couch. The dorm even comes with a couch, sectional. Telling you,
a sectional
dude.
with kickouts.
I hit the mother load. Yeah, right. Motorized kickouts for sure. Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, I got to tell you about this.
Let me hear about it.
The other day, I'm sitting here at the office, shoulder to the wheel, like I normally do, and I think I had a case of the trigger finger.
You told me that.
I think I had the trigger finger, man. It hit like a muskie. It is. I have never in my life gone through something like that.
Right.
And those of you who, I don't know if that's, it was like this. It was like this. I couldn't straighten it out. You got to look, though. That's a big part of this. And you're not looking. You're in the middle of a text.
No,
Jesus, dude, there's a show going on.
I know.
I was like this.
Yeah.
And I had a handful of almonds, and I had to like pour them out of my hand because I couldn't open my fingers. Is that what it is?
It can be, yeah. Or it could just be that you didn't drink enough water and you had cramp.
Because it started up here in the main line, up here in my R6 vein, you know, the big mother vein.
Yep.
That started getting weird.
The 6th vein.
It was big.
The 6th vein.
Dude. Yes, freaked the hell out of me, man. I don't know how you do it.
You don't want this trigger finger business. I will tell you what. I've been through kind of hell in a handbasket with it. Got an infection in it of my own fault. Doctors didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then, so that was last Friday that I went to the doctor. And they gave me all the meds and crap to get rid of the infection. And then Tuesday I had to go back and got chewed out because I saw the physician assistant on the Friday.
You got chewed up by a physician's assistant?
Tuesday I got chewed out at my doctor's.
Oh,
like, dude,
your general prac?
Yeah, my general prac. He's just like, dude, you just had surgery on your hand.
Yeah. Stop wiping your butt with that hand.
Just stop doing anything with it.
Well, what am I supposed to do, sir? How am I supposed to feed my family?
He punished me, though.
Really?
Yeah,
Spanking?
because I had a double appointment. I needed to have my knee looked at, too, because it's been acting up.
Dude, you're
I'm getting
fucking train
old
wreck.
as shit. Well, I heard
You're
it really
a
bad
train
when
wreck.
I was a kid. So I ended up getting a 5-inch needle stuck into it with cortisone. He goes, oh, well, we can help you with that.
We could do a whole separate show on Dave getting punished at the doctor.
He punished me.
I'd look for a new doctor, man.
No, it was great.
Was
I
it
love
cortisone?
This. Yeah.
So now you're running again. I saw you out jogging the other day. That was cool.
It wasn't me.
But you know what? When you're jogging, you don't have to hold your hand up in the air. You're not going to get more of an infection when you're jogging. Just stop wiping the sweat off your brow. Sweat off your brow. Hey,
sweaty brow.
Sweaty brow. Sweaty bro. Hey, I was at a place Saturday. Mm-hmm. I stopped in for my usual BM, which is a Bloody Mary to those of you who aren't in the gutter. And because I get myself a virgin Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Because I like to spend money on stupid stuff.
I do remember recently you've had them put the vodka in it, though.
You know what? Mix it in. Mix it in.
Right.
Change my day. I don't care. You know what really makes me mad? And I know there's a lot of sober people out there, but I've got 2 teenage drivers that I've never been able to utilize from a drunken come get me standpoint. So I feel like I owe it to them. But then, you know what? The conversation I would have in that car on the way home.
You don't want them to know.
No. No.
You don't want to share
There's some demons in here.
Here's the deal, man. I got a dark side. There's a demon in me.
It's true, he has semen in him.
I said demon.
But you also have semen in you, remember?
We don't need to tell them about it. So, I'm at this place, and this guy's like making this thing. He goes, you want it mild, medium, or hot? I'm like, make it medium, you know? You got to let it rip. So he gives me this thing, and I'm like, boy, that is delicious. And then I'm like, boy, it's getting kind of hot, though. It's like a slow burn. And he goes, well, I'm new here, so I don't know if that's medium or if that's actually hot, but I just went for it. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'll deal with it. But you know what? I almost threw it back in his face. Had a goddamn plastic straw in it.
Oh.
This plastic straw thing is so stupid. We don't even have a turtle problem here.
Wait, did it have a plastic straw or did it have a paper straw?
Paper straw! Jeez, I screwed up my own bit.
You did screw your own beat up. Go.
Okay, so I was having this Bloody Mary the other day. No, I'm just kidding. So it had a paper straw, and I told the guy, I'm like, dude, this is an outrage. I can't even handle it. And the other bartender, who's more seasoned, he goes, you want to piss a customer off? Put a paper straw in front of him. And I'm just like, why do we have to start with this? Like, you got to race to finish your drink before the straw deteriorates.
Right.
It's ridiculous. And that freaking Bloody Mary was so hot, I think it started to eat the paper.
We have lots of turtles.
Right, but is there a problem here with straws
There's
killing
not a problem in
turtles?
California with straws killing anything. You know what?
They got people defecating on the streets, shooting up heroin on the streets, and we're worried about straws.
Right.
We got a problem.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I was so not happy. I'm not going back.
Plastic straws is not. I don't even get it. I would wish somebody would call and get me right on it, but
It's an epidemic that needs to be fixed. I think that this paper. I think what it is San Fran Nan or one of these people have money in a paper straw company.
Probably.
Hey, watch this trick I can do. Because that's dumb.
Probably. Hey, you know who doesn't have plastic straws? Or paper straws? Sorry, I did the same. Taco Bell.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, did you research the meat?
Dude,
Where's the beef?
The meat's fabulous.
I'm telling you. I was at a house yesterday, and it was kind of hood. It was kind of hood. Not hood. It's like North Hood. Like I didn't.
Are you buying it?
No. I was doing some estimation stuff for them, and I walk in there, and it's got the gal with the, long fingernails, tattoos. Mm-hmm. Looks like you'd see her at a VFW, if you know what I mean.
I like the tattoos. Were they good tattoos?
No, there was nothing good
I
here.
don't like it.
And I go in, and they got a kid. They got probably a 4-year-old, and then they got probably a 27-year-old, and then the gal was just 27-year-old. The 27-year-olds were together, and that was their kid. And then this was the mom.
Got you.
And I'm like, why aren't you working? What are you doing here? Like, maybe they work nights. I don't know. But then, you know what they did that just puts me over the edge? This actually makes me more mad than paper straws.
What?
Lights up a heater. in the house.
With kids in the house?
With a kid in there.
No.
Yes.
No, that's worse than the paper straw thing, and I think that's okay to do in California. They'll give you a break on that.
Well, yeah, you can light up crack in front of the kids. They don't care.
Yeah, shoot dope on the streets in front of the kids. Do whatever you want.
As long as you're willing to defecate outdoors, you can do whatever you want.
That's exactly
but yes,
right.
I'm like, come on. Now I got to like Febreze myself on the way out. I can't stand that. And then the kicker is this. And I'm not anti-dog. I two big raging pit bulls in the backyard. To where they had to add fence to the top of the chain link fence.
So they didn't leap over.
And you're just like, come on, really? Like, and they're just angry dogs. She's like, this little, because they had a dog in the house. This one's not a big deal. It's the two in the back you got to look out for. I'm like,
I would never have a meat.
I had one time. I was in this house, and the lady and her daughter were home, and they had a dog door. And they're like, we have to be there. Do not come in the house if we're not there. We have a dog. And the dog is not person friendly. So I'm like, that's cool. Whatever. So I wait for them to get home. And she puts the dog outside and she covers the doggy door. And it's a story and a half. So we're going through the house. And we start going upstairs. And the thing blows through the dog door.
Oh, did she have to
the
break
daughter,
down?
The daughter caught the dog, luckily, before it had my butt cheek in its mouth. I'm just like, that could end very badly.
She had to break down in front of the dog like a football player. Oh my
gosh, it was horrible. It was not a good thing at all. Hey, I had a thing come up that I want to talk about. It's nearing a lot more rapidly, than one would think. But it's actually the annual 2019 Golf Scramble fundraiser for the Mount Westonka High School Hockey, supports youth and high school hockey. What people need to do to get involved. I've done this a couple of times. It's a ton of fun. It's a lot of, everybody is out there to have fun. There's a lot of, they actually have some big names that come out.
Right.
And you can win an auction to have them on your foursome for golf. It's out at Timber Creek Golf Course this year. That's located in Watertown, Minnesota. Check-ins at 12. Shotgun start at 1 o'clock. 6 p.m. social hour, dinner, awards. They'll have raffles. They'll have silent auction. They'll have all of that kind of thing. A team of 5 is $500. If you can't come together with a whole team, you can do $100 a player. They still have some whole sponsors available. And if you just want to donate, feel free to jump in there and do it. But you can contact them at golfscramble@westonkahockey.org. And again, it helps out the youth hockey because hockey's not cheap.
No, it's super not cheap.
So it helps out
some
youth hockey. You've got an alum.
Yeah,
a hockey
of these families need help with it. I mean, true. And it helps out.
Well, and we could be, we're the state of hockey, so we could be fostering the next generation of professionals.
Right. Do you think we should go to a pond, get some water, and go put it on the ice at the...
What?
Yes.
What?
You can do that.
Uh-oh, you're brainstorming now. This could be dangerous.
This is good. We got to get a pond water out of the pond at Timber Creek.
To put into the arena?
Yes.
Oh, they do that at the X.
Yes.
That's cool. This is our water. This is our ice.
Yes, right from the golf tourney.
They normally have this bad boy out at Burl Oaks, and everybody anybody who's not a professional golfer hates the Burl Oaks golf course because, man, that thing will suck the balls right out of your bag. Ooh, can you say that?
Yep.
Anyway, this year they got it at Timber Creek Golf Course out there in Watertown. It's August 16th. So make sure you get a hold of them quickly to get your team together. Great prizes, great time. The DK Project is a full-on sponsor. We love working with these guys. They're great people. Hockey, if you've never gone out hanging out with hockey people, man, you got to get out there. Those guys are nothing but a good time.
Yep.
You haven't partied till you've partied hockey style. So get over there. Go over to Golf Scramble at westonkahockey.org, or you can always contact us here at the project, and we'll get you in touch with the right people. So hopefully we'll see you there August 16th, 1 p.m. shotgun, 12 p.m. check-in. Now back to the show. Good. How about that, huh?
Liked it.
I'm telling you, we're doing live reads. We do everything here.
Yep.
This is a full-service deal. Now I got to get back to my rant page. Oh man, I got people rigging in here.
Are we done with the dogs?
We got a cold. Well, no, with the pit bulls.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your thought?
I wouldn't have a dog that you had to catch before it
Well, there were
attacked
two
somebody.
single gals. I get it.
I get it too.
But you know what the lawsuit is? Is if they get away. Whoo, not. I had to get rid of my dog because it was that way. It was aggressive.
Yeah, no.
It was aggressive. Greatest dog ever, though. His name was Brew.
Brew.
Yeah, Brewster.
What'd you name him after?
No, you know
What
what?
kind of brew? Like Coors or Budweiser? I mean, what kind of brew was it?
I did the no. I went. So this is my infinite wisdom. I said, hey, let's go. I said, let's go to the pound and check on the dogs.
Oh.
And in the process of doing that, we walk in and this cool cat dog is sitting there. He's a black lab crossed with a beagle. So it looks like a baby black lab, short legs, not even moving, not barking, nothing. I'm like, this is a cool cat. And then I saw his name was Brewster. I'm like, we could call him Brew? I mean, put him in the box. We're out of here.
Right.
So I ended up taking him home. And he was great, but he was so defensive of my wife and my kids that I couldn't do anything. If anybody walked by, anything, he was just after them. It was bad. Some dog had just gotten the old work done, so he had the collar on. And
Picking on.
and they walked down the street, and my dog rolled that thing right in the road. I'm like, oh, geez, lawsuit pending. But so anyway, it was crazy because he didn't like getting in the car. He didn't like anything about it. But he would ride in the car and just a cool dog. Well, we take him to the groomer, right? And my wife's like, we might have to get rid of him. He's a little aggressive, blah, 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 blah. And the groomer's like, hey, if you ever want to get rid of him, you let me know. Well, plus our kids totally, I didn't want to say, they didn't take care of him at all.
Right.
So it was all on my wife because I said in the beginning, I'll pay for him, I'll pay for everything, but I'm not doing anything.
Right.
Not picking up any steaming piles of anything. I'm not doing nothing. I'll buy the food. I'll pay for the vet, blah, 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 blah. And so we went back. She goes over to the groomer and says, hey, I think we got to get rid of him. She goes, oh, well, I'll swing by. So she comes over. She's got like a minivan with 3 other dogs in it. And this dog hates dogs. Didn't even bat an eye. Jumps in, gone. And then the next day the lady calls and goes, I got this great family out in Norwood on acreage. He's happier than a pig and shit. So boom, done.
Sweet.
But would it kill him to send a card? Like maybe
like a thank you for setting us up with a killer dog?
I don't even need a thank you. I just would like to get an update.
Like how he's doing?
Yeah. Is there kids?
How long ago was
Has he
this
reproduced?
situation?
Where are we at?
Does he got? I mean, how's his life?
He's got a grandkid?
Yeah, what's going on?
Where's he working?
Right.
Does he listen to the cast?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe I should check into that. But
You
then again,
should.
I don't want. It's been like 5 years. So I don't want the bad news. We're just going to let it roll. But now every time I bring up a dog, my youngest wants a dog. Now whenever I bring it up, they're like, "Oh, I took care of him. I did this. I did that." I'm just like,
No, you didn't.
B is in B, S is in S.
Right.
I will not get another dog. I suppose I could be tucked into one though.
Oh, it'd be pretty easy.
You know what though? They're a pain in the butt.
We have 2,
Especially
and
if
they're
you
not.
travel. Especially if you travel.
Top Dog Country Club. We could do an ad for them right now.
How much is that?
Depends how long you're gone.
Yeah, I'm not rolling in your bank, dude. That's
Oh,
different.
you're
Hey,
fine.
Speaking of which, I'm down in Texas. When I went down to Austin, I met this gal who's she's involved in the arts and entertainment industry.
Right.
And she does like the Burning Man and she does like Coachella. So she's like, I'm gone for 30 days. And she has 3 dogs. And I'm like, oh, so you must have a pet nanny. She goes, yeah. I'm like, oh, you got to let me guess how much that costs. How much you think that costs? 3 dogs, for an extended period.
I know because you told me already.
Oh, well. Way to play along with the bit.
Well, we might have
Dodo
actually
bird.
talked about this on a cast, or we not put it on.
Oh, I don't know.
I think we might have $100 a day.
Yeah.
$3,000 for the month.
$3,000.
Right.
I'm like, you got to be out of your mind. I mean, but people are out of control with their dogs. Every time I go to like Home Depot or I'm at, wherever and there's a dog, I just want to go up to the person and go, this must be so enjoyable for your dog. I mean,
To be at Home Depot.
They
What's he
love
shopping
looking at
for?
Home Depot. What?
What's the dog shopping for?
Yeah, exactly.
Dog
It
doesn't wanna
must
go
be
to
so
Home
enjoyable
Depot.
to walk on concrete and look at lumber.
Right.
Oh, man, because I love going there. I don't know why my dog wouldn't love going there.
Right. Yeah.
And then they hear him go, this place sucks.
Right.
Clean up aisle 4. There's some dog debris. Clean up aisle 4. I don't know. I'm not into the dog. You got 2 dogs.
We do. We have a German Shepherd and a miniature Australian Shepherd.
Ooh, do they shed like mad?
Not too bad. Oliver, the little one, gets groomed, and Abby just sheds in the spring and the fall. The German Shepherd, so they're not bad.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. I'm not doing it.
We gotta brush them. Take care of them. Take them to the same groomer right down the street that took your dog. And
how often do you have to brush them? You got to get a suck cut. Do the Flowbee, man.
The Flowbee on the dogs.
Well,
probably we don't brush them enough. Usually it takes us to where we start seeing little patches coming out where it's kicking, blowing.
Tufts. Those are tufts.
Yes, and then we do it, but
little tufts. I used to have a what's the herding dog? Sheltie. Used to have a Sheltie, and it got kicked by a horse.
Oh no!
So it used to act like it was choking on a fur ball, and it was like
screw up its uvula,
and nothing
or
would ever come out. Yeah, and so I because I went out and got my wife a dog when we first met. I'm like, look at this beautiful golden retriever I got us. And she goes, oh, that's weird. My mom just texted me. She's sending us the family dog as a gift for us to have. So I went from no dogs to 2 dogs, and that little, the Sheltie was gay. It was a gay Sheltie. It liked boy dogs.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Right. I'm just saying. But it had this thing.
What kind of thing?
That's all it would do.
The uvula
and I would just laugh my ass off. It was funny to see it happen. Because it wasn't anything wrong with the dog. It was breathing fine and everything. But man alive, that thing was a... But because she's a horse, whatever. The mother-in-law is a horse person. What do they call that?
An equestrian.
Oh! Dave knocking it down. Equestrian.
Equestrian. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I got so yesterday I roll into Wayzata via the
big
boat.
Hitter.
I was out floating on the boat.
Big hitter.
Well, I got to eat.
Where'd you go?
You got to keep this machine rolling. I went to D'Amico and Son.
Yeah.
$8.95 unlimited wine. So you know who decided to put the hammer down?
The bride.
God. Anyway, so we're getting ready to leave, and I'm like, actually, back the truck up. Have you been to D'Amico and Son?
I have.
What is that, imported cheese?
I don't know. It's pretty good, though.
She gets a lasagna.
Yeah.
I get a gluten-free pasta. She gets the unlimited wine for $8.95. And I get this Pellegrino thing, which had a lot of sugar, and I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Hopefully the Fat Whisperer's not listening.
It's like really sweet.
Because he'll be loading the shotgun.
The short Fat Whisper.
So I'm like, okay, cool. And I get $47?
Well, yeah.
What do you mean, well, yeah? Dude, I'm not in your tax bracket. I can't afford $47.
It's Wayzata.
Well, I spent $50 at the Baja House. Bajas.
Yeah.
But when I'm at D'Amico and Son, I'm thinking I'm at like Chipotle. I should be out here for a 20 spot.
No way.
Because then you get the portion and you're like, what, are we going to go eat? We got to eat after we ate? Because it's like, come on.
You eat like just a monster, man.
Yeah, dude. It takes a lot of fuel to keep this machine running.
I see that.
This is a huge beast. I think that, I don't know if it's the gluten-free or what, but I'm not full. That was the first bowl of pasta I've had in, I can't remember the last time I had pasta.
Is gluten-free pasta any good? Like, can you tell the difference?
It's softer. It's not as al dente.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it.
It's soft. Well, and I'm not seeing any benefits anymore. I'm still chubby. Although I did go on a 20-mile biker the other day.
You did not.
And as I got to the end of my tour, the Fat Whisperer was rolling by on his bike. So I got full credit for the ride.
You did?
Yeah.
I went on a 20-mile ride on my bike the other day, too.
Yeah, yours has an engine.
Oh, it does.
That's different. Mine had my foot engines on.
You had the pedals.
Hey, so anyway, the reason why I bring this up,
do you wear like the shit with it, like the gear,
spandex with
on
the padded butt?
On the right,
yeah.
You do all that shit.
Yeah.
Do you wear the yellow
I got a
shirt?
Bell. I got a little
do you
bell.
wear the yellow shirt and shit?
Ding.
Trying to pretend you're in the Tour de France.
Yeah.
In the helmet and the.
Yeah. Yeah, I do a little doping before I go.
Do you stay on your side of the road, or you try to ride halfway in the road?
I don't
like
ride.
The other people?
I don't ride on the road. I ride on the bike path.
Oh, that drives me crazy.
I don't wear that shit. Are you kidding
you do.
me?
You weren't out there in cargo shorts.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't. You clicked
I rode
clicked your feet into the stirrups.
You see this
and
thing in
went.
spandex, you run because there's something going on. No, I rode all the way from Wayzata back to Spring Park with no shoes. I went barefoot.
Where'd you stop and eat?
I didn't want to sweat up my Berks.
Did you swing into the DQ you pass so conveniently?
No.
Did you look at it, though?
No, I do like DQ. And when I'm out of my zip code, it's okay to eat DQ.
But you're in the zip code, you'd be cheating.
No, technically it's different zip code. That's Spring Park. I live at Mount. But it is really close.
Right.
If you're outside of the zip code, yet you could walk there, that's too close.
Right.
That day, I don't know where I ate, but I ate somewhere. I did figure out the wife and I eat out way too much. But anyway, back to my D'Amico and Son story. So she's like, hey, you want to walk a little bit? So I'm like, all right, let's walk a little bit. So we walk, and Wayzata's just bumping. They have music in the park, and then that damn train goes by. Who are they kidding? That is horribly annoying because it's loud. So anyway, the train goes by, and we make the turn, and she goes, hey, that's a barge. I said, that is a barge. Like a big barge.
I'm like, sitting on the train.
No, in the lake. It's a barge.
All right.
I'm like, what's a barge doing in the harbor? Harbor.
Putting
you ever been
rocks
to
on it.
Bahaba?
Yeah.
Bahaba, Maine? I've been there. It's cool.
Putting rocks on
Rained for 4 days. No! Some nice individual, wealthy, party of one, private fireworks show. This fireworks show was better than what they do on the 4th of July, was better than what they do at Spirit of the Lakes. So I'm done at about 8:30. So by about 9, I get back to the boat. And we're like, we have premium seats. We have to stay.
Right.
So I'm thinking, not only is this going to be a fireworks show, I got to stay up till 10. I'm not going to get home till almost 11. I mean, this is way out of my league. This is not standard DK. So what I do is I say, hey, all right, let's stay. But we have to race home. We got to go full throttle. Full throttle all the way.
But but it's dark then, and it's 20. The speed limit's 20 miles an hour.
Rubbish.
So you're breaking the rules.
No, I get her up to 20 is pretty fast at night.
Okay.
When you can't see.
Okay.
But then I'm like, it's like 9:15. I'm like, oh, is this a good idea? 9:30. They bring on the bang. Not only did this nice individual pay for these fireworks, he put them on early.
And he let you see them.
9:30. How nice. And I'm not even shitting you, dude. You know the fireworks where it's like, I think the boat's moving. It's so loud. It was really cool getting a little debris in my hair. I'm that close. Dude, this was top shelf. I don't know who it is, but I think this is about the time last year. There's an individual who lives over there who usually does like last year they had Cheap Trick and some rock band. Leonard Skinner. Leonard Skinner. Right. So then they did the fireworks, where this year I think they just skipped the bands and went for the works.
Right.
But he doesn't live there, so I don't know who it was. But there's some big money over there. That Ferndale, that's a pretty prestigious address.
It is.
Some of the wealthiest or most expensive real estate in Minnesota is right there. So anyway, it was pretty cool, really pretty cool. And it went on for 15 solid minutes. And the grand finale, game changer.
Good.
It was awesome. I have to say.
Lots of honking on the boats and clapping.
No, not
and everything.
even. Everybody was cool, and nobody knew about it.
So shocked.
Nobody knew. There was like 20 boats, and then I leave there, and there's maybe 5 boats. Like that's traffic, and nobody. Had the whole lake to myself. I could have gone 100 miles an hour. Huh?
Did you slow her down and just kind of have a romantic time with the wine lady?
No, she was drinking live. Unlimited wine all night.
So she was ready to get home too. Yeah.
So I was on borrowed time. I had to get home before I had to carry her off the dock. But it was a good time, and so anyway, we throw it in the Googler, and I'm like, how much could it possibly cost for that display? And the wife throws her in the Googler, and 5 to 30 G's you could spend on that. Now I'm thinking you got to have a towboat out there to keep people far enough away from the barge. Then you got to get the barge out there. Then you got to pay for the fireworks. 30 grand? You're basically burning money.
For 12 minutes.
I think it was
15.
15. It's 15. It was a solid 15.
Cheaper than Cheap Trick.
Was it?
Yeah, Cheap Trick ain't playing at your house for 30 grand.
I don't know.
No,
I'm thinking
not.
right now they'll do anything.
No, they're
Hey, you
not.
know where I did go on my bike ride last week?
Where?
Check this out. I rolled into the Legion in Wayzata.
Nice.
And I'm an hour and 15 minutes early for bingo because we go there for bingo.
Right.
And I haven't been there in a couple years for bingo. But there was a detour. It's a long story, whatever. So I end up at the Legion. And I'm like, oh, I'll just grab a snack, you know? And funny little thing is, there is different.
It's a clientele.
Yes.
It is
They all have their huge Diet Coke. They all have their Daubers. And we got an hour 15 before they call the first
They're
number.
ready to go.
Like, and the bartender's like, oh, this place will be packed. It'll be packed.
They're
And I'm
ready
like,
to go.
well, you know, let's grab a snack at the bar and whatever. So she sends us the menu and we're like, like I can't. If I eat one thing here, the Fat Whisperer is gonna hang me by my
Could have
jewel
had
bag.
a burger.
Well, I wanted a snack, dude.
Oh, well, there's nothing on the
Even
stack menu you can have. Did you have the
so-
nachos?
No, but I did just have good. Oh, I went back downtown yesterday. Nachos.
You went right to the same truck.
Yeah.
Nice
You know what it
move.
was though? It was like a omen.
Did you get lost this time?
No, I almost had to go to the app, but I really focused. You know what, though? I feel bad because there's a lot of people that were downtown yesterday that are probably like, who is that huge son of a bitch walking around eating nachos?
That keeps coming down here.
Yeah, sweating like a bull,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks a little lost.
So here's the thing.
So
Go
no,
ahead.
I got to tell you.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you.
I'm down there, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to try a different food truck this time. But it was like a sign because I get down there and there's this one street that's just lined with them, and there's people everywhere. There's like it's U.S. Bank Parkway or something. So there's just a ton of them, and I'm like, oh well, I'll just go see. Well, there's lines, and then I look over to my right, across the street, one truck, my truck, the one where I get my nachos.
Right.
I'm like, come on.
That's where
so
I'm going.
standing in line, this big dude comes up, and I'm like, you're up, dude. Go hard. So he's like, he orders, and then I go over to the corner while I'm waiting because it takes a little time to prepare the nacha, and I'm getting ready to leave, and he goes, enjoy that, dude.
There you go.
Yeah, I made a friend down there. I didn't have a podcast T-shirt on. Damn it.
Can we get back to the bingo thing for a second?
Bingo.
Do you bring your own daubers?
No.
Or do you rent the
I was
daubers?
on my
How does
bike.
the daubering go?
Where am I going to hold my dauber? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. This needs to be radio ready. No, I think they have them for you to use.
Really?
But here's the thing, and I can get through this if I have to. But if I'm at the Legion where they have complimentary popcorn that's stale as stale,
Yep.
and these people, and you're using a community dauber, how much hand sanitizer do you have to use after you touch that dauber before you can go back into your popcorn? Tell me this, because I can't handle it. I can't handle
Are
it.
you a germaphobe?
I'm not, but there's certain things that bug the snot
How long
out
do
of
you
me.
think the germs stay on the dauber?
A long time.
Dauber hasn't been used for a week.
What do you think? They put them in a hyperbaric chamber that freezes all the germs off?
Well, yeah, but
No,
they're not
they
going to
don't.
live on it.
They might. Those sweaty hands, dude. Ugh. Although, you know what? I don't know. But I didn't.
How much hand sanitizer did you use?
I didn't stay for bingo.
You
I
couldn't
went
pull it
somewhere
off.
else. Where did I go? Oh, you know what? I went down to the 925 in the hotel at the landings. Dude,
What'd you eat
I'll
there?
hit a few restaurants.
What'd you eat there?
I had deep fried pickles there. And the guy goes, these aren't those little chips you get at most places. These are spears. Best deep fried pickles I've had. And I'm not afraid to eat a deep fried pickle. And then we had a couple of buffalo wings and something else. Oh, some kind of a cake thing, like a shrimp cake or a
Crab cake,
No.
maybe?
It was a potato. It was hash browns that they ball up in cheese and then they fry it.
And you're eating all that shit but getting gluten-free pasta.
Chubby want a cracker. I know.
I'm going to eat all that shit.
I bike 20 miles, dude.
Gluten-free pasta.
I'm trying to be gluten-free. Oh. It ain't easy, but you know what? Killer fried pickles there, or deep fried pickles there. What dog shit, Bloody Mary. Plus, here's another thing. Full circle. This little dude who brings the water. It wasn't a little dude. I just call him little dude. So this dude brings the water, right? And he comes out, and these people are like, "Oh, we have this new dog. We were trying to teach the dog how to be at a restaurant."
Because that's bring the dog there.
Because that's fun for the dog. We're outside, so I have to allow it.
To the restaurant.
So what do? I sit there, right? And I'm like, you know what? They got their dog. Flip my Berks off, feet up on the chair. I don't care anymore. I own this place. I'm like, hey, you want to talk about it? Get that dog out of here, and then you can complain about my feet. So anyway, this little dude comes over to get me some more water. And he pets the dog. And
he's giving you water?
No.
Okay.
Pre and post.
Okay.
He'd come out, pet the dog, pour my water, go back, pet the dog.
But he washed his hands in between. For sure.
On. No way.
Bar Rescue'd be all over him.
Oh,
about that.
I'm all over it. You know what? I was going to say something, but I forgot.
I wouldn't.
So I'm like, here's the deal. Maybe you want to tell your little backup guy, you know, what do they call those? Those are like bus boys or something, or like helpers?
Yeah.
Don't touch the dog. You can't touch the dog in this environment. I don't care if it's, hairless dog, skin. God dang, those are ugly. You ever seen that? I saw a thing on Facebook the other day of this cat that just had the saggy, ugly skin, and then it had it with tight skin, and it said after Botox.
Right.
So yeah, I was not happy about that. You should not have an apron on and touch a dog. Should never happen.
I would agree.
Never happen.
You shouldn't be able to bring your dog to the restaurant.
Or is that a smock? I think that's a smock.
Well, it depends.
When I did my stint at Fleet Farm, they made me wear a smock.
Yeah, but an apron is around the waist. A smock comes over the shoulders, correct?
Dude, you are just a plethora of information.
I am.
I think you're right.
I am. I think that's the difference.
But, whoop, 925, it goes all the way up.
Yeah.
But it's like an apron style schmock.
It's just schmock.
Schmock.
What we've got here is
I think is that we can't even say that. I'm not going to say it.
I'm not saying it.
But you know what I mean.
I do.
Man, we have touched on it all today. Big
I know
time.
it. I'm confused myself.
I think that the Wayzata atmosphere is happening, and they have docks. You can park there.
They've had docks for 40 years.
I know, but like if you go to Excelsior, you can go there and not get a dock, and then bend over because it's like $5 a minute or an hour. Was it an hour? $5 an hour. $5 an hour to park there.
Yeah.
You know what? And here's the thing.
And they got like 4 parking spots.
No, they open it up now. I think they have maybe 12.
Okay. But
here's the insider trading. This is what a lot of people don't realize. And they did this in Minneapolis too. Boy, if you want to get on old Bobber Sansevier, he is not parking in Minneapolis friendly. But what they've done is they've gone to all these digital parking meters, right?
Yep.
Which is just brilliant. Same thing what they have in Excelsior is they have digital parking meters. Because you know why that works? Is because you don't know if there's time left on the meter. So they're double dipping, which I think they should have to disclose. There's still time on this meter. Because remember that in the olden days when you'd park in a meter, you're like,
see the little thing.
Yeah,
how much
somebody left me 30 minutes.
That's right.
Boom, I'm parking here. Not anymore, man.
Nope.
So now the city's double dipping and not disclosing it. Conspiracy? I don't know.
It is kind of a conspiracy.
Something's going on. Yeah. Something's going on.
They shouldn't be double dipping.
Have you seen this thing about the cops?
What
they
part?
need to double the police force in the next 5 years? Did we not know that was going to happen with all this stuff? All they do is cut the budget for the coppers. Now murder rates are through the roof. Remember when you'd watch the news and there would be like news on? And now it's murder.
Yep.
Murder 1, murder 2.
Yep.
Now you're
constant.
Like not, like these murder people, they like try to get out their 15 minutes on the news, you know?
Right.
And now you might be the third murder of the night. You're not even the main murder.
No.
You're the backup to the backup murder.
Right.
There were 2 more murders that were more important than your murder.
Can you imagine living in a city where they're murdering people all the time? Like it's like 10 to 12 a weekend that are shot and, half die?
I don't even want to run into one murder.
I know.
Where you're like, Hey, did you hear what happened to Jimmy last night? Yeah, got shot.
I know it.
Yeah, no good. But it's happening. And they blame it on the guns. It's not the guns' fault.
It's not the gun's fault.
It's all these, you know who it is? You know who it is?
I do.
It's your General Prack. That's who it is.
He's punished me.
Because they'll push the drugs right at you. Here, try these.
Right.
Try these. Try these blue ones.
Not my General
Try the
Pratt.
white ones.
Not my General Pratt.
Well, he just stuck a 5-inch rod in your
And
knee.
it feels better now.
Well, maybe he could have given you drugs.
No. They gave me drugs that made me shit myself and not feel very good.
Where were you when you stooled?
Well, it was a really strong antibiotic to get rid of this infection. So, and they told me that it's
Your wife told me that you were at church and tried to shoot a sampler and ended up making a mess in your pew.
What happened to you? Ruben, I'm in a situation here. We have to leave now.
Well, no, can we stay a couple more minutes?
But dude, no. This is serious. I just sharted.
I don't know what that means.
I tried to fart and a little shit came out. I just sharted. All right, now let's go.
You're the most disgusting person I've ever met in my life.
No, but that was
You
cute.
made a pew in your pew.
That was cute, but no, I truly didn't happen.
Hey, did you hear about Dave the other day? Yeah, he shit in church, yeah. Yeah, he had to go. He didn't make it to the bathroom. 5 feet too far, buddy. God, that's hilarious. I have not had that problem with medication that makes you lose track of your...
It didn't make you lose track of them. It just made it soft.
Hot lead. Gotta go.
Right.
Well, this will make
And it messed my stomach up. It was like today was my last day of it. It was like a week of it.
Really?
Just like, ugh.
Man, you are special.
Well,
You get that much drugs for a little hand thing?
it wasn't.
I'm not even
the
going to call it a little hand
drugs
thing
you
anymore.
want.
If what I had the other day was anything of what you had, and you had it multiple times, bow down, man.
It's brutal.
That was crazy.
It's brutal.
Nothing in my life. I've broken an arm. Oh, yeah, I had a stroke.
Yes, you did.
And nothing compares to what that felt like. I'm like, that was absolutely insane.
Right.
And I had to pour the little almonds out of my hands.
Did you try to? I could see.
Oh
you
my gosh.
Locked up trying to get him to your mouth.
You can't make that noise.
No, you can't.
What the hell was
that?
that?
No, that was bad.
That was a kid running by. Mm-hmm. Quiet, kid. We're recording. Hey, man, we got to wrap this pig up.
Yeah, we do.
We're getting into the deep side of the pocket. Hey, we need to get all the listeners. We're sending out a personal request to each and every one of you. Let's make an attempt this week to get our numbers up. Our numbers are good, but we got to get a little higher on the chart. So if you're listening to the podcast, tell a friend. Share it with a friend. Send them a link. Hey, check out this podcast. It's top shelf. Let them know that you're a fan and you've been a listener from the beginning. Because what we need right now is we need to bump it up a notch into the next level. Because then we can put another episode out. Then we can run get some more T-shirts. Can make it happen. We might have an edition next week.
Yes.
I've been in talks. I haven't been talking, but there's been talks.
Right.
And it could happen. We're just gonna try and push this thing into be as much of a morning show without being in the morning and not being on the radio. So it's just a show then, basically.
Roger that.
But you have to tell your friends, subscribe, check out the back episodes. If you find a clip or something that you really like, let us know. Shoot us an email, give us a call. So thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Stay tuned for the details. That's it. That's the end.
That's a wrap.
Read the shtick.
That's a wrap for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends. If you'd like to reach out, you can use the studio line at 612-504-6500 or by email, thedkprojectpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, there's always social media at the DK Project Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.